Hi, welcome to Hoops Junction. Just finished watching Game 6, and what a superb game played by both sides. It was really a dogfight, and honestly, tonight, Oklahoma City was supposed to close out the Golden State Warriors, but they failed to do so. And I know a lot of people are going to try to put it on Kevin Durant because he shot a lot of baskets. I think he went, let's see how much Kevin Durant went. He went 10 for 31. But right alongside him was Westbrook, 10 for 27. So this is something that's part of their identity. They shoot a lot of shots. They take a lot of shots. And that's either going to live by it or die by it. So I really don't think that they are the culprit to blame. I think at the end of the day, they just got outplayed down the stretch. Point blank period, they got outplayed down the stretch. You got to give kudos to Klay Thompson, 41 points, 11 three-pointers, set NBA playoff record. Amazing, 41 points. And then you gotta tilt your hat to Stephen Curry. He had 29 points. He had let's see how many assists he had, since all he can do is shoot, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I heard. He had 9 assists. He had 10 rebounds. He had 2 steals. I mean, wow. I mean, Klay Thompson, wow, and then Stephen Curry, like, wow. To struggling how they struggled, looked like it was going to get blown out. It was a 13-point lead for Oklahoma City at one point, and they just kept in it, kept battling, bad call after bad call. They were getting into the referees were getting to their head, but eventually they locked in. And I think one of the key moments was when Curry advanced the ball, Klay Thompson hit the 3, and then another key moment was when Russell Westbrook was trying to drive on Iguodala, and Iguodala stripped him. And that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of people are saying that Durant had like a lot of issues with the basketball and he was throwing the ball away. Tonight, Durant had 3 turnovers. Russell Westbrook had 5 turnovers. So right then and there, your tandem has 8, which is not really a good number for them. But I don't think that's what lost them the game. They lost the game because they got outplayed. Point blank period. They just got outplayed down the stretch. And if you think about it, they got contributions from all of their guys. I mean, Cantor had 8, Robertson had 11, Adams had 9, Ibaka had 13. So right then and there, you're thinking OKC won the game. But then when you look at, when you compare that to Golden State, you're like, Ezeli 2, Iguodala 8, Barnes 9, Bogut 5. I mean, other than that, and Draymond had 14, and Draymond didn't even really played like a superb game because of some of his shot selections. But OKC was supposed to close this out, and they didn't close it out. And Rudy Tomjanovich, for the Houston Rockets coach, he said you can never underestimate the heart of a champion. And another thing you can never underestimate is somebody's habits, because your habits, you live and die by your habits. And Durant has been taking tough shots all season. He's been making a bunch of tough shots. And down the stretch, that's not what you want. It's just not what you want. Same thing for Westbrook. Westbrook has been driving the ball, making passes, but eventually your habits catch back up to you. And when it's crunch time, you're going to rely on those habits. And those habits is what killed OKC. And Golden State's habits is what elevated them to take this to a Game 7. And to me, the series is still anybody's game. OKC could go and Golden State. They're confident. They won a game in Golden State. But Golden State's confident also, like, this is, we're going back home. And Curry said it in Game 5. We're not going home. We're not going home. So this was an unbelievable game. Klay Thompson, great heart. I think this is his first playoff game where he's actually played tremendously well. Even in the NBA Finals last year, if you remember, he didn't play well at all. So this was huge. This is a huge confidence booster. And then you have Stephen Curry, the guy that they've been criticizing, the guy that nobody's been respecting, the guy that he doesn't play any defense, the guy that when his shot's not going in, he can't pass the ball. He doesn't rebound the ball. He had 10 rebounds. So what are you saying? He had 9 assists. What are you saying about the guy? I think a lot of people, here's the thing. Just say you don't like the person. Don't degrade their game. Don't say they didn't deserve MVP or they didn't deserve this or they didn't deserve that. Like, for example, I'm not the biggest LeBron James fan, and I openly admit it. I'm not scared. I don't get paid by anybody to say I like LeBron James like some of these guys on TNT and ESPN. I'm not a big fluffer of his. I just speak the truth how I see it. I think he is a great player. I think he has tremendous skill. I'm just not a big fan of him. So I won't ever say he's garbage or, you know, he can't do this or he can't defend or he's not a good rebounder or if he's not getting a lot of assists, he can't win you a game. I'll never say that. But for some reason, people will not admit they just don't like Curry. They don't like his baby face. They don't like the way that he carries himself or whatever. And I don't know why. He's been a mild-mannered person. He's married with a kid. He represents his family. He represents his faith. And that's all he does. Like, he busts ass on the court, and that's it. So, for people to say that he's not a good defender, he's not this, he's not that, when he's not a good defender, but Russell Westbrook is shooting 10 for 27. And I know that part of that is Klay Thompson was on him, but Curry has defended him in stints. Even in Game 5, Curry was defending him, and Russell Westbrook didn't have a good shooting game either. So when you're saying the guy can't defend anybody or he's not this or if his shot is not falling, he can't win a game, what are you watching? Like, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? But enough of that. We'll just talk about Golden State and how they played a tremendous game. Now, the Thunder, they're really in a bind. I know they could go in and win a Game 7, but it's going to be a lot of pressure. It's going to be a lot to ask the role players. So I expect them to come out with a lot of haymakers in Game 7. I expect them to come out dogfighting, everything, pushing the ball, bullying the boards. I expect a dogfight. So Golden State better prepare, and Oklahoma City, they better prepare for a bunch of haymakers as well, because these guys came in your gym and shot well down the stretch. When they go back home to their gym, it's just more of a confidence booster. And they know that no matter how many haymakers you throw at them, no matter how many 7-0 runs, 9-0 runs, Oklahoma City went on a whole bunch of 9-2 runs, 9-3 runs. And Golden State, guess what they did? Weathered the storm, came back down, and did what they had to do. Close out the game. And it's crazy. It's like, if you ever think about it, it's like poetic justice, because plays down the stretch, Curry gets a rebound down the stretch. Curry steals the ball down the stretch. Curry drives to the basket down the stretch. You know, he say he doesn't do anything. He pulls a crucial rebound. You say he can't defend. He gets a steal. You say all he does is he's a shooter. He drives the rack. On Ibaka. I mean, this is poetic justice at its highest. So this is going to be a Game 7, anybody's game. I know everything's going to be favored in Golden State, more or less. But it's still anybody's game, because I think Billy Donovan could look at the tape and see, okay, we took some bad shots. Okay, we didn't hit the roll man. Okay, we had some turnovers. Come on, guys, you know. But deep down inside, you had a 3-1 series lead. Even if you win Game 7, if you go to the NBA Finals with the memory of the last series, blowing a 3-1 series lead, it has to have some psychological effect. There has to be some kind of effect. There has to be some huge effect. Something has to go down in your head, like, you know what? We blew this one. We blew this one. It's sort of like the San Antonio Spurs when Ray Allen hits that 3 and then they lose in overtime. And they were good enough to actually win Game 7 on Miami's home court. But psychologically, it messes with you. It's just like, how, what, who, why wasn't Tim Duncan in the game? They secure a rebound. How did Ray Allen get the ball? Why didn't Tony Parker, how was Tony Parker, not in position to really contest him 100%? All of that messes with you. And then that carries over into the next game. And as for the Golden State Warriors, nothing's messing with them right now. They have their confidence on high. They were down 3-1. They weren't playing well. Now they know what they have to do in order to play well against the Oklahoma City Thunder. And it's sad because the one thing that the Thunder were banking on, that they finally corrected in the playoffs, not blowing leads. That's what they do down the stretch tonight. And that's what Kenny, Shaq, Charles Barkley was saying. It was just like, will you revert to that primitive you? And they did tonight. They reverted. They reverted. They got outplayed. They had some key turnovers, but really they just got outplayed. Flat out, you get outplayed. You had an 8-point lead, 9-point lead, 13-point. You had leads throughout the whole game. Even when Curry hit a 3 in the third quarter, they gave him one. Russell Westbrook came right down, and it was like a 6-0 run, 7-0 run. So it is what it is, man. But I think this series shows that 73-9 wasn't a fluke. It shows that Klay Thompson has found something. It shows that Curry has a lot more heart and has a lot more game than people give him credit for. So, on to Game 7. Can't wait to see it. I'm not going to even predict anything, man. It's anybody's game. Anything could happen. You know, it's Game 7. Both of these teams, I don't think they've ever been in this position before. So, anything could happen. Anything could happen. Everything's on the table. Durant might get 50. Russell might get 44, 10, and 12. I mean, anything's on the table, ladies and gentlemen. This is Vlad from Hoops Junction, where Hoops meets Hoopla. Peace.